All right, this is our announcement. We have our sister on Spotify and Clubhouse on a daily basis. She has this 1 minute, very nice 1 minute podcast just to get your brain thinking. So if you have the time, please log in so that you will not only improved, your being ill informed will at least decrease significantly. At least you know what the issues are. And then, of course, we have Twitter Tuesdays. If not for anything, you have access. Nina's is right. Hashtag Nina's is right. We stand with Nina's transition now. Get your pastors to talk about this freedom that we are speaking about here. Don't let them tell you is the person that is locked up somewhere that is going to bring you freedom. Don't let them convince you that there's a Supreme Court that is coming to bring them freedom. Insist on the Nina strategy. Again, we haven't called you for money. We have not disturbed you. We have not sold you lies. We are not on the radio shouting. We haven't done all these things that you guys we are gravitated towards. The people that sold you fake news, pretense, take fake pictures. None of that has happened with Ninas. Go and interrogate. All we want is equity, fairness, and justice for all. For all. So we'll move on with spotlight on the wisdom of our ancestors. And today we are talking about craftsmanship.
Thank you, my sister. Craftsmanship, talking about handmade crafts and tools, are common in ancient Igbo culture, both for males and females, adults and children. We use our hands. The first thing as you're coming in, before any other thing, you are taught how to use your hand. Because we believe that akajaja manu. That is, if you use your hand to work, then you'll be able to eat. You get something that you eat. The quality of design and dexterity shown in these, crafts help one to develop certain characters. Built as you're doing those things, certain characters, you begin to develop them. So craftsmanship was part of normal life. Nkanozo, it's not something new. It's not a colonial monsters that brought it to us. No, it's been there from beginning. They might have different names. Of course, we have our local names for them. We produced all our house utensils, gears, and tools for daily chores. We produce them by ourselves. Each family at home and everything, we produce them by ourselves. Anything that we feel like, oh, how do I do? So tools and all those mechanical stuff, they're not new to us. We produced them. Of course, you know that Africa is the cradle of civilization. So we produced these things. Source of livelihood and entrepreneurship. Like I told you initially, that as you produce these things, that from there you will make money that will help you to take care of your needs. So it's not new. That idea of business and all that is not new to us. It's ancient. So children are inborn with skills and potentials to perform certain kinds of activities, aptitude. Do you understand? These skills often run in families, kindreds, clans, and communities. Some families are known for producing certain crafts. And when you go, you already know that all of them, once they come, it's not a problem to them. They're able to do it. They're able to understand how to move. And these skills, they use them sometimes to recount history, to recount life experiences, either of the family or the community or the society. These tools, these skills, they use them to tell stories of their achievements. They carve it, the things they have done and everything, they carve these things and you see it, it tells stories. They use this craftsmanship to state their religion, their religious beliefs. We will call it spirituality and relationships, spiritual relationships. That's what we would have added there, spiritual relationships, for our people to understand that spirituality has always been with Igbo and other people too. So to record strange occurrences, they use their craft to record strange occurrences like epidemics, like colonial invasions. Because like we keep saying, Our people did not wake up and then started relating with the white man. The white man came and invaded them, took their things. This picture that we have are some of the local crafts that we have. This one is called nkata or basket. You can see that woman doing it. Yeah, it's a process. You see the next one, you're moving. Sometimes you add colors, sometimes you don't add color, different designs. And then you see the final product with the man down, carrying the final basket. And they have different shapes, the flat ones, kind of, or abai, different shapes depending on what they want you to use, different shapes and sizes and patterns. And then you have that one called abunku or ekete, for climbing the tree, the palm tree, for palm wine tappers, for those that want to cut the palm fruit. So you see, they produce this rope by themselves. It wasn't the white man that came and started teaching them how to produce them. So our people did all this. So what are the advantages of developing such skills? These skills helps our children to develop emotional intelligence early. They begin early. They don't need to go to get degree before they start. They don't need to go to secondary school before they start. As they are born, they see their parents doing this. They just join. They be part of it. So early enough, the child is beginning to connect to nature. From
And it
beginning.
allows you to make a mistake and learn from your mistake and fix that mistake.
Exactly, by yourself.
Which is
You
what we
see it.
need in life.
There's this thing you mentioned now. There's this net for the birds. There's a big one that looks like a boot, and there's one that is small. It's two birds. There are people who tell the story of how the other bird said, "Oh, okay, I can do it now. I've learned. I can do it now," and he went and moved on, and then ended up producing the short one and couldn't make it up to the boot one. So they tell that story. So, and when a child is learning also, when the child makes that type of mistake, and I say, okay, you see, this is how you did it, and this is why it turned out this way. So early enough, the child understands that he's in control of the outcome. If she does it this way, this is what is going to come out. If he does it, so nobody is putting anyone down. Okay, they mark you have 0.
Oh,
No,
yeah, no room for mistakes. Yeah, they
no,
keep people
exactly.
anxious. People are on drugs. They are high all the time because you can't make mistake. You lose everything.
You lose everything. That wasn't the system we had. If the child makes mistakes, you will learn from his mistakes or her mistakes and then correct it. And you even guide the child into correcting that mistake. You see, the child is really learning from the experience. So you develop a lot of skills. And it has some spiritual, like communication skills that you develop also, because some of this artwork, when they're doing them, they communicate, they have conversation with the artwork, they're speaking to them. So it has some spiritual connotation. It's painstaking, a lot of diligence, extreme care and precision, effort and stamina. These are the characters you develop. You begin to develop patience, begin to develop endurance, and the ability to survival skills, business and all that. These things are built in you as you grow. We don't wait and give you akara to be eating akara then until you are now 10 years before you start. You're starting late. As a child, you begin, and your skills that you have, unique to you, will begin to develop as you're moving up. And nobody is scoring you 0 or whatever. No. So you see, the child is encouraged, and from beginning, the child knows what to do. So examples of some of those crafts and skills: basket making, like we showed you in the picture, carpentry, welding, painting, sculptures, hunting and hunting tools, fishing and fishing tools, because anything that you're doing, you develop the tool for it. You don't wait for the white man to import the tool for you to sweep. If you want to sweep, you think in your head, okay, I want to sweep. What do I need to do? You go and develop from the nature, from where you are. We were discussing the other day, saying in those days, in Igbo women, if you want to cook, most of the time what we buy is just maybe meat and crayfish. Every other thing is in your locality. Onubo is at the back of your house, and chiang is at the back of your house. Pepper is there, oil is there. Everything is locally produced. The economy is local because problem is local, and then the people produce the solution to the problem, and it's local. We're not waiting for one white monster to come and solve a problem for us. We solve our problems ourselves. So there's this thing we call handiwork when we're in primary school. Children, we are made to create and submit craft works, in schools for marks. and it encourages. There's that competition. This one will come. You see, when they're doing, some children will not sleep at night. They will be like, I need to finish up my homework. Oh my God, tomorrow I'm submitting it. They need, target there. Everybody's working hard. And when you're coming, if you have made your own very, very beautiful, you're looking so proud, for doing a good work.
The
Even
teachers will buy it from you, sir.
yes, teachers will buy for you. Your mates will say, like, what? This is so good. This is so good. And at end of the year, they will sell everything to local markets, and they use the proceeds to do school end of year school parties. Some will, like you said, sell the remaining ones to their teachers, to people that children begin to make money as early as possible. You won't see children running around to steal somebody's phone because they don't have money, or steal bread or whatever. No. In our culture, from childhood, you begin to, like, you learn to survive. You learn that this is what I need to do, and you have the skills. It's not like you don't have the skills. You have the skills.
If textbook colonial masters now, God.
I'm telling you. So you say the child early starts. That's why they say, oh, Igbo people, oh, they love money. I'm sure you hate money. The thing is that we create wealth as Igbo people. We create wealth for everything in our environment. We create wealth because anything that can solve human problem is a potential for wealth creation.
Absolutely.
It's a need. If you meet a need, then somebody will pay you for meeting that need. It's as simple as that. That's the way we think. That's how it is in our mind. That's where we see things. That's our worldview. So thank you so much. We're done.
My dear, I love my ancestors. My wonderful ancestors. Please help us to share. They actually blocked everything that we're doing today. They don't want this to go around there. We are not relenting. So help us to share this news. Just for reminder purposes.
You say you're restricted for 1 hour. You say you're restricted for 1 hour.
Yes, that's when the more 24 hours.
For sharing.
Instead I'm reserved for 24 hours for sharing. So that's okay. So thank you, brothers and sisters. If you want to come and talk about your ancestors, please let us know. Just get with us before Saturday, and bring your PowerPoint, and then we can put it in our PowerPoint. But you can come up and present on your ancestors. So we love for our children to hear their ancestors. We are not slave sellers. They didn't go and hang out and be handing over their children to white people. No, they were made to do it. Even though there were some criminal elements that helped them to propagate that role. Our brother Obi
Yes.
Upu Oma, he says one day Daughters of Truth will take up false consciousness as a topic. Yes, we'll definitely look at that, because we recognize that our people are suffering from it, and their lack of ability to tell the truth and understand the truth, even in their midst of church going and their religious, rhetoric, they still can't handle the truth. They can't. They don't want to hear the truth. They want everybody to continue to be in that, blindfolding, I don't know what to call it, incident that they are creating everywhere. So until next week, our sisters are on Clubhouse for their show. So if you have the time, you can hop on. Thank you so much for joining us. Help us to continue to share. We shall see you guys next weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.